Welcome back to Chasing News. I'm Bill Spadia. A couple of weeks ago on the show, we were joined by Republican candidate for governor in New Jersey, Lieutenant Governor Kim Guadagno, and I issued an invitation to her opponent, the Democratic candidate for governor, Phil Murphy, former ambassador to Germany. So far, we have not heard back from him, but we did hear from a couple of candidates running on the Green Party ticket to try to be governor and lieutenant governor in New Jersey. I'm joined now by Seth Kaper-Dale. Seth, you are running for governor on the Green Party ticket, and your running mate, who our audience is familiar with, Lisa Durden, running for lieutenant governor. You came to a little bit of notoriety being fired as a professor at Essex Community College after you got into a bit of a tussle on the Fox News channel.
Boo-hoo-hoo. You white people are angry because you couldn't use your white privilege card to get invited
Lisa.
to the Black Lives Matters All-Black Memorial Day celebration.
So welcome, guys. Good to have you here.
Thanks so much.
Listen, I'm going to just come right out and say it. I have yet to meet anybody in New Jersey that thinks the Green Party can win.
Oh, my
Why are you
God.
running?
Well, that's because you're talking to the people who are part of the 39% who maybe weighed in last time there was a gubernatorial election. 61% of registered voters did not come to the polls and vote last time around, and that's because the system itself here in New Jersey doesn't speak to so many people. So we're running on a platform where we're putting our time and energy into the 61%.
And because New Jersey makes candidates raise $450,000 to get into the debate, so if we can't raise that funding, people are counting us out. But that's okay. We're grassroots. We have boots on the ground.
So you didn't raise the money to get into the debates,
No.
but
Not
I
yet.
understand you're also
31st.
not included in the polls. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's frustrating because we knew going into this that the rules of the game, though we don't like them, are that you raise $430,000. But there's nothing that says you're not included in the polls. And yet the media, they keep running polls that act like there's only 2 candidates. There's actually 7 candidates.
I am a New Jersey voter. I am a New Jersey taxpayer. This state is completely unaffordable. My taxes are too high. And when I hear Green Party, I think of more government spending on some recycling program here, conservation project here. What are you going to do to lower my taxes and make the state affordable for the average working guy?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to start with the last being first. And it's time for somebody to stop always asking about Bill, the average working guy, because the average working person in New Jersey is not the average person in New Jersey. We have 438,000 kids who live in households that make under $30,000 a year in this state. That's where we're starting. The last are first. So all the first things that we're prioritizing are things like making sure that there's enough housing available that people can afford to live in, that minimum wage is high enough that people can actually afford to make a living, that we have enough public school funding to make sure that kids get excellent schooling. That does not mean there isn't benefits to people in the middle.
So I hear middle class, upper class, small business paying higher taxes to fund this. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that because we're going to be putting some things in place to make sure that doesn't happen to offset those things. So when you're talking about just single-payer health care alone, with single-payer health care, when you're looking at, let's say, I think it's 19% of the taxes that we pay, property taxes, go to government jobs. Most of that money goes into paying these private pharmas to give those kinds of workers insurance. So when we do single-payer health care, all of a sudden those pharmaceutical companies go away. They don't need to
Is
have
it
health
fair
care.
to say
We have
this
it for
is
all.
a bit of a redistribution of wealth from the haves to the have-nots?
No, it's called smart economics. At the moment, 31 cents on every dollar gets thrown away to the private health insurance industry. We could stop doing that and instead have single-payer Medicare for all in New Jersey. The thing that's most crippling New Jersey is the fact that we have these exorbitant taxes. You're absolutely right. But we have to get there through creating revenues. One is by getting rid of the health insurance industry. Secondly, by coming up with a public bank. Which
What do you
I'd like
say to all the
discuss
people
with you.
working in the pharma industry, in the health insurance agency, all those thousands of people in New Jersey? What are they
They'll
going to
get
get?
single-payer health care as well.
So no job, but we'll give you health care that Bill's going to pay for. Is that it?
So there are times when tough decisions have to get made. I think you, as somebody who tends to be far to the right of me, would say that sometimes tough decisions have to get made in order to make sure that we're not draining the system.
So what else? What about all these wasted solar and wind subsidies? Get rid of them?
What we need to do is be moving toward a renewable energy future, and that may be a place where we disagree, just when you throw words like wasted in front of words like wind.
All right, Seth, listen, I got to leave it there. But thank you for coming on. I do appreciate your courage coming on and your ability to just communicate your ideas with the folks that are watching. Lisa, always good to see you. Good luck to both of you. I just want to reiterate this, that our invitation to former ambassador to Germany, Phil Murphy, and the Democratic candidate for governor. Phil, the invite's out there. You know where to find us. We'd love to have you on the show.